What's up guys? It is vendor day today and I'm feeling like super mom right now because I should have packed last night, but I packed up every single piece of inventory very organized into the car with the baby, packed his diaper bag, got myself ready, and I could finally kind of breathe now. Packed a cooler, everything. So I'm going to be showing you guys what it looks like inside. So we got my personal bag up there, cooler, his diaper bag, because I'm going to be dropping him off with his aunt and cousin. And then like I said, I even taped some of it just so nothing's moving. Got some more candles, tables there. I actually have one more table to pack, I just remembered. That girl, I don't know how I'm going to get it out, but I packed it up good, so one step at a time. But yes, just showing you guys that. I did it. Alright guys, we are officially set up. Here's the sign. And shout out to my cousin Mia for helping. She's gonna be with me all day.
It's hot.
It is. That's why she has her popsicle. Alright guys, here's the setup. What's up guys, it is Elisa, just checking in back after the market. It is 2 days after, it is Monday, and I did the market on Saturday, my first market in the books. And I just kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about it, what I did to prepare, what I learned while being there, and just everything that I took away from it so I can share with somebody who is probably thinking about doing their first market or maybe has already done one and just wants some tips. So just to cover, my name is Elisa and I am owner of Vida Cura, where we sell handcrafted homemade beeswax candles made with an organic coconut oil blend and all different types. You know, we have our Calm Life collection, we have more of a luxury, sorry the microwave, we have more of a luxury line with affirmations, Bible verses. So I've been in business for about a year now, and that has been on and off because it's just been a crazy year. So I really want to give it my all with this upcoming year, well, this year that we're already in, and continue to do so. But onto the market, I want to say that that is what you need to do. And this is me saying this after my first one. If you have not done a market for your small business, you need to do one because it is so exciting. It makes your brand come to life. You see people interacting with your things. You create a beautiful setup that represents you as a company, you as a person, and you are just putting it out there. It is, to me, 10 times better than the website because, of course, you know, you could work with a website designer and it's exciting for sure, but something about being in real life, real human interactions, real people, from adults to young adults to kids to the older crowd, it's just amazing. And although it is intimidating, oh, my coffee, let me get my, that's why I was beeping. So although it is intimidating and scary, I'm just glad I did it. I select the invoice, I pay what the fee is. It was like $125, and which is pretty standard. And I was like, okay, well now it's real, I have to get ready. So I had a pretty decent amount of inventory, but I was just like, I don't even know what to expect for this event because some of them tell you how much traffic they're gonna get, around how many thousands of people or hundreds. And this one didn't really tell you too much, but I just knew that it was in this nice location in Littleton, Colorado, called the Aspen Grove. You know, kind of nicer area, nice shops, Lululemon, things like that. So I kind of had an idea, but I really didn't know how much to bring. So altogether, I had my Calm Life collection, which was 12 candles. I had my affirmations collection, another 12, we're at 24, plus another Bible verse collection, making it 36. So is that right? Yes, okay. So yeah, the third collection, making it 36. And then I wanted to bring some smaller items. I'm gonna be inserting pictures so you guys could see. So then I brought a little small of my mini Masons collection. Only one of those sold, surprisingly. I thought the mini ones would sell more, but I'll tell you guys what sold the most. So got that. And then I was knocking out candles. The Calm Life collection wasn't even finished, the new version that I did. So I will post some pictures of what those came out to look like, which I was super impressed and very proud. And those are what sold the best. Pretty much all of them are gone. I have to restock. So I sold all of those and I knocked those out. I would put my son to bed because he's a pretty good sleeper at night. And I would just come downstairs to my little area in the garage and I would knock out the candles. And then from there I would knock out the packaging and get all prepared. You just want to be very organized, like, and kind of get an idea of how many people are going to be there, what area it's going to be in, and then just prepare and hope for the best, I guess. As far as the inventory, I prepared all the inventory and there we go. And then what else did I need? I needed a sign. So I got a good little sign with my information, and this is a good starter sign. I'll kind of show you guys through the pictures from Canva. I got the sign for about $50, and then the rest I got cute little frames and such from Amazon. Those were all Amazon. And then I had the perfect idea, because as a small business, a lot of people want to focus on growing your email list. So I thought a perfect idea would be to do a little giveaway. And it came with the cards, it came with the box, the keys and everything, and it kind of matched the theme because I had some gold signs as well. And I did that, and a decent amount of people signed up to add to the email list. And you know, you just offer an incentive. Hey, yeah, I'm doing a giveaway. You could sign up with your phone, name, email. And the great thing about these cards on Amazon, they say good luck, and then they have a spot for, yeah, they have a spot for the name, email, and phone. And then from the top it just says enter to win. Hobby Lobby, Michael's has cute stands. A lot of them are on sale, so definitely go look there if you're a beginner and don't want to spend a whole crazy amount of money. And then Target had a lot of cute signs and stands, especially just for little things. Amazon is a good for signage as far as chalkboards, mini chalkboards, just to write little sales or signs and such like that. Before I did the market, I was on a vendor group Facebook page, which some of them are kind of petty and weird because people just, but there is good tips on there. So one person that I came across, she had been doing markets for probably over 5 years, and she decided to give a long list of everything that she has learned and that's important to her. And you want to really take advice from things like that. Like one of the things she put was long professional tablecloths look the best. So the ones that kind of cover the foot of the table, and it just makes it look clean, presentable, and amazing. And she just goes on to give all these tips, and as a new person who had never done one, I definitely considered everything she was saying. I ordered the tablecloths on Amazon, and it's awesome to see things like that, people sharing their advice. So I definitely recommend joining one of those. Amazon also had the white gift bags in a variety of sizes, so small, medium, large, and I used every single one. The small ones, the medium ones, the large ones, and I just used my sticker to put on the bag to kind of brand it a little bit. They also had a very cute display that I purchased here. Let me show you guys. So yeah, that one is from Amazon, and this one is where I displayed my Calm Life collection that did the best. Everybody loved that. I think it was the height that added some nice dimensions to it, plus it was very beautifully presented once I put the candles on there, as you guys could see in the footage that I'm sharing. Definitely recommend Amazon to just kind of first establish your theme, establish what you want to do. I bought these nice, amazing acrylic signs with the gold border that pretty much matched the brown with the stands that I had, that matched this as well. And I made a sign on Canva, and all I did was because the acrylic signs that I bought were 5x7. On Canva, if you order these specific signages, you just go to 5x7, and what comes up first is wedding invitations. So I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm not trying to create a wedding invitation. The wedding invites actually look very classy, very presentable, and they match the theme perfectly. For example, the Calm Life collection has eucalyptus, it has herbs, it's very leafy, very, you know, earthy and calming, and one of the wedding invitation backgrounds was very much like that. So I just kind of erase what the wedding invitation says and just put in my information. So for this specific one, the Calm Life collection, obviously I got way more sales from the Calm Life collection, but the luxury table got a lot of attention. I did get some sales from that one. I had a beautiful big sand candle that was displayed that people were like, oh my gosh, look at this, grandma, it's so beautiful, or babe, look at this candle. And that was our $65 candle. most expensive one there, but it was a beautiful touch. When you go to an event and there's an early setup, you have to be aware there's going to be people who set up way earlier. So for this specific event, it was from 3 to 8. Setup is from 10 to 2. So when I tell you there's people who are already set up probably at 10, there is, because they get early sales. But don't feel intimidated when you're walking in like me and I just see all these tents set up, ready to go. They're just sitting back because they're just on display. They're already ready. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. It's already like, I showed up probably like at 1 and I was just like, oh my gosh, the event starts at 3, but everybody else is ready. No. By the time I started setting up, I realized there's other vendors that come and set their tent up last minute too. It just depends what you want to do. Now knowing that knowledge, I'm like, oh, maybe it would be a good idea to kind of set up early and just chill out so you could get some more sales. But don't stress if you are a little later than everybody else. It's completely fine. So as I finally got to set up, there's pretty much an unloading station, and my cousin and I, Mia, we got all the stuff out, and then finally my parents arrived and I ordered my tent from Dick's Sporting Goods, and when we opened it, it arrived damaged. So the 2 back legs were not going up all the way, and my parents were like, oh, maybe you could just keep it like this, and I was just like, all right. And then I asked the event coordinator if I could rent a tent. $75 to rent a tent. After I paid a $125 fee, I'm not gonna rent a tent, no. So I was like, if my tent looks a little wonky, I guess I just have to go with it. But luckily my dad came through, he bent, because it was bent, that's why it wouldn't go up, but he bent it another way, and then it finally went up for a one-time use, because I was like, I am taking this to be returned the next day. So he got that fixed, and the tent was elevated, it was good to go, and we just got to organizing and setting up our inventory. So I will say something I would have done different. If I had the time, I would have done a practice display in my backyard. Why? So I could take a picture and reference the picture and give it to my cousin so we could set up exactly how the reference photo was. Because not only did setting up take a long time, but deciding on where everything should go was long too. But the thing is, as the event goes on, you could switch things up, you could move it around, you could do all that stuff when it gets slow. And now on to payments. I did not bring cash. I forgot to get change. And I will say I did not make one cash payment. There was one guy who was like, well, I do have cash. He's like, but I have card too. So it did not affect my sales at all. Every single one of my sales, which it was like 15 sales, card. And I used my Square app. For somebody, I will say this, I had the Shopify POS system and I had the Square app. Shopify would have been convenient if I had loaded up the inventory and listed what everything was. The scripture candles, 35. Calm Life collection, 22. If I did that the night before, I would have been good to go. But if you're in a rush like me and you just had to whip out the Square app, and it's very easy to understand. So I used Square app for everything. All you have to do, open it up. I'm going to show you guys actually. I just kept this ready, and I was very easily able to train my little cousin who's 12 years old. She's very smart. She even made her own sales when I left to go get Starbucks. She's making sales by herself using the Square app. So it's very easy to do. So up here, it's yellow, and it says press reader to connect. So what you're going to do is you're going to press the button on the Square machine, and then it turns green, and you're good to go. And then from here, that's all I did. You input the price, so we'll say $35 for a scripture candle. And then when you go there, you do review sale, and then you're going to do charge. So you kind of look at that. Obviously, you're not adding a customer, you're not doing any of that stuff, and you're going to go to charge. Click that, and then it says, okay, so obviously if this was connected, it would have been good to go, and it would say insert or tap card. And that's all you do. It's super easy. And then, you know, if you want to clear the sale, you could clear that as well. And you just go to transactions, and they're all there. It lists everything. So those are some of the transactions that I got from the Square app. And then I also used PayPal as well, and I made a sign with one of the acrylics ones that I showed you for Venmo, scan to pay. Somebody paid with that, PayPal, and Cash App. But I will say, guys, cards are what you need. If you are doing your first market, please go get a Square reader, because that is every single sale that I got. Everybody told me it's just so much easier. You know, I could just tap, it's way easier. They all wanted to do that. I will say my first customer I was nervous because not only was I not finished setting up, I was just like, okay, this is real. And he was my first customer when I was only like 30 minutes into setting up, so we kind of had a display, but it wasn't perfected yet. But he was shopping my Calm Life collection, opens it, he's like, oh, I want one of these ones. And I'm just like so nervous, like somebody is really buying one of my candles in front of my face. Like, it's just a way more exciting feeling as opposed to getting an online sale, because of course you hear the ka-ching on Shopify and you're like, I got a sale. But in person, it is so much better because he's just like, babe, smell this, this is amazing. And it just makes you feel so good. So he smelled my candle, he loved it, and I think he's gonna buy it for his girlfriend or something. So he comes over and he's just ready. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was shaking because I was so nervous. So on Shopify or on Square, you can also do tap to pay with your phone. So because I didn't have the Square out when he was ready to buy, I just did $35 charge and tap to pay. And I'm kind of like shaking a little bit. I don't know, maybe I wasn't, maybe it was in my head, but I was just like, okay, you could just tap to pay here. And he's like, okay. And he just taps my phone, and it charged his payment. So I think, what did he buy? Okay, yeah. So I got to the event at 1 p.m. and my first sale was at 2:18 p.m. and the event didn't even start till 3. So I got his, and it was $18. He bought one of the Calm Life collection candles, which was so exciting. So I will say a couple things that I struggled with. I didn't really know exactly how to greet the customers because I didn't want to be annoying. Like, for me, I don't like when people are like being annoying when I'm trying to shop. Like, hey, so did you know these are on sale? How are you doing today? Can you sign up right there? Like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to read the room. If I see somebody browsing for longer than 30 seconds, I guess, I'll just be like, hello, let me know if you need any help. And I hope it didn't come off like overbearing or anything. And there was times where I was just like not super confident about it, but I feel like the more you practice, the more you do it. And my cousin was actually very nervous too, 12-year-old Mia, but she did so amazing, guys. It was just so impressive because she was doubting herself and she was nervous too, just like I was. But I explained everything to her, and I feel like for a 12-year-old, it's hit or miss, but she definitely understood. And even so much that like I trusted, because I needed my coffee. I'm a coffee addict, as you can see, and I needed my coffee halfway through the show, and she wanted Starbucks as well. And I was just like, okay, Mia. Well, I walked her through, and I'm telling you guys, you need to bring somebody with you. I think it's very much worth it, even if you're bringing a little cousin or something, because they will be a lot more helpful than you think. So I walked around, I showed Mia how to do everything with the Square app, taking inventories. If somebody buys this 22 candle and this candle and you can't do quick math, get your calculator out and make sure it's accurate. And I trusted her so much that I was like, okay, Mia, I'm gonna go get coffee for us and then I'll be back. And when I came back, she was just like, I made my first sale with the Square card, with the Square thing. And then she's like, and I handed out 3 business cards and I was talking to people. And I was just so proud of her because, you know, she's 12 years old, and I don't know what other 12-year-olds are doing, but she was there being an amazing saleswoman. Another thing I will say is when it kind of started dying down and stuff, I realized I had some extra little mini wax melts, and I had these cute little boxes to put them in. And I started handing out samples, and I had Mia do that to practice talking to people. And Mia, she made 2 sales just by handing out samples. So I definitely recommend you hand out samples, because you may think like, oh, they're just gonna smell it and take the free thing and go. But some of them are really intrigued and it works out. Something that I would do different with my booth setup, first of all, there was only 1 chair, so me and Mia were kind of taking turns. Like, I would sit on it, she would sit on the cooler, and then vice versa. So definitely bring, you know, chairs for both people. Don't be silly like me. And then I would also say I'm gonna arrange for my next show in a way to where I'm not facing the customers, because it's just, not that I don't want to talk to them, but I feel like they kind of get intimidated if I'm just like sitting there and I'm just like, hi, because they're just walking to me, and it's just like I want to give them that comfortability to shop around, to browse, without feeling like they have to just talk to everyone. So I saw this girl, she was kind of hidden, but in a way to where she could still see everything, still respond if she needed to, and I was very inspired by her setup. So I think I'm going to do something like that. So now we're going to talk about how I did on my first market. We're going to get into the numbers. So I want to say between because I also had family buy candles as well when I got to go pick up my son and stuff, so I'm gonna include those numbers as well because they are customers as well supporting me. I had about, I want to say 14 or 15 card transactions, 1 PayPal transaction or Venmo transaction, I believe, and then some more, yes, including my family with the card transactions. So altogether, I I walked away with close to $500, which was a huge goal for me. I know a lot of people aim to go 10 times their booth fee. You know, I paid $125 to be there and I made that much, but for me, the experience was plenty. That was such a blessing for me, just to even swipe the cards. Using my Square reader at all was just a blessing. It was so exciting, talking to different people, gaining different experiences, knowledge, all of that. So about the 500 mark for how much I made. And then not only did I gain that, guys, I gained networking things. I had a guy come up. He pretty much asked me, you know, like he seemed a little serious, but, you know, approachable. And then his wife was pregnant, looking at my candles. She's like, babe, what about this one? What about this one? And then he was just like, have you ever considered being in a storefront? And he was like dead serious. And, you know, I'm not going to be nervous. I'm going to talk business with this man. I was just like, oh yeah, we're only about a year into the business, but we're always looking for opportunities to expand into storefronts, as long as the people match our brand and it's the same, you know. And he pretty much said that him and his wife owned a juice bar and that they've done candles like displayed in their juice bar before that had done very well, and if I'd be interested in putting my candles there. And I was just, you know, very much screaming inside, but very excited as well. Even if that wasn't a hit, or even if it is and it works out, it shows how much more networking you can do at events like these. So you just have to be approachable, have a smile on your face, and just be ready to talk about your products, be ready to stand up for them, and, you know, really tell people what they're all about. So that was amazing. And then I had other people kind of looking around. I had a girl specifically stop at my table. She's like, can I please get a business card? She's like, I'm organizing an event and I love your setup. It's beautiful. And she's like, I'll be reaching out to you shortly because this is amazing. So I gave her my card. I had other people, so a bunch of people took business cards, and they're an essential thing to have for many reasons. You know, people want to do custom orders, people want to do wholesales, people want you to be in their event. All of that was amazing. So yes, I guess to sum it up, it was a very good and amazing experience. I feel like it is what made my brand feel the most alive in this year of doing business and learning so much. I'm the type of person, I know that I really take the hard route with a lot of things because it's just how life is sometimes. I'm not a business person. I've never done anything with business or owning a business, and it's been humbling and I've had to learn so much. But all these experiences, you have to try something new to see if it's going to work for you. You have to do something you've never done to experience something that you've never had. So I'd say go for it if you haven't done one before, and it has truly made my business feel alive. Feeling very motivated, very excited. I'm gonna just keep on doing more markets, keep on posting on the socials, keep my website up to date. If you guys want any more tips on how I run my candle business, what I've truly learned, because I'm telling you, I have a son. And not only was the business born in 2022, so was my son. So this has not been easy, but I've learned a lot of things, and I have a lot of things that I would have done differently. So if you guys want to share, if you found this video valuable to you, to your business, to anything that you're doing, go ahead and click the subscribe button and like for more content, comment any ideas you have, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.